Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the English translation of the Majlis of Hazrat Maulana Qamar Uzzaman Saheb Damat Barakatuhum, which took place on Wednesday at Darul Uloom Kantaria in Bharuch, Gujarat, India, Wednesday the 29th of Ramadan, 1447, the 18th of March 2026. Our Hazrat Wala starts off by quoting the ayat of the Quran Majid, Ya ayyuhan nasu attaqu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum min nafsin wahida wa khalaqa minha zawjaha wa batha minhuma rijalan kathiran wa nisaa wattaqullaha alladhi tasaaluna bihi wal arham. Our Hazrat Wala is saying, friends, you people have perfection in you, that when I see this crowd every day it is increasing. And this is a sign of your talab. Na khast edad, na dade khast. If Allah Ta'ala did not want to give you something in the first place, He wouldn't have allowed you to come here. Agar dena na chahte, to talab na dete. If He did not want to give you, He wouldn't have given you this true desire, quest and enthusiasm, this talab. So a person here in this dunya is outwardly respected, and after 2 days he is sworn at and vulgarity is used against him. So here Allah Ta'ala is saying, وَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةُ وَلِرَسُولِهِ وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ, that honor belongs to Allah, His Rasul, and to the believers. So a Muslim, a mu'min, takes honor from the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, gets honor, and he cannot take honor from anyone else, for his knowledge tells him that izzat and honor belongs to Allah alone. So Allah alone gives honor and no one else. So his reliance in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually gives him honor, and his trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him victory. Allah Ta'ala says, وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. Do not lose courage, nor grieve. You are most high if you truly believe. You will reign supreme. So the izzat of a mu'min comes by him abandoning this greed and hope that he has in the makhluk. And it will come about, the izzat, by putting his trust in Allah, who is the greatest. His iman refuses that he puts his needs in front of anyone other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that he turns the attention of his heart to anyone else besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, the one whom Allah Ta'ala frees from the slavery of greed and having hopes in people, and Allah Ta'ala honors by giving him the presence of piety, then Allah Ta'ala has granted him tremendously, has bestowed him tremendously, and has completed upon him his ni'mat. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has adorned you, has beautified you, O believer, with many garments. The garment of Iman, the garment of recognition, the garment of obedience, and the garment of Sunnah. Therefore, do not soil it by having greed and hopes in the makhluk, and by putting your reliance in anyone else other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shaykh Abul Hasan rahimahullah says, I seen Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam in a dream, and he said to me, Ya Ali, O Ali, purify your clothes from impurity, you will have a great portion of the help of Allah at every breath. So I said, O Rasul of Allah, what are my garments? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that Allah Ta'ala has dressed you, adorned you with the garment of Iman, the garment of love, the garment of Tawheed, the garment of recognition, and the garment of Islam. So the first person who has recognized Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then in front of him everything becomes insignificant. And the one who loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything is reduced in front of him. The one who declares the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will never ascribe partners to him. The one who believes in Allah, Allah will protect him and make him safe from everything else. The one who hands himself and submits himself to Allah, very rarely and seldomly would you find him disobeying Allah. And if he does, he will then make tawbah to Allah and Allah will accept his tawbah. So, Shaykh Abul Hassan is saying that at that time I truly understood what is the meaning of وَثِيَابَكَ فَطَهِّرْ, purify your garments. May Allah have mercy on you. Know well that turning your hopes, your desires, your wants and your needs for the one who is treading this path to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, turning those needs away from the makhluk and not using them as a means is from amongst the most valuable type of jewelry for the one who seeks and desires to get married. And the seeker of the akhirat actually is more in need of this than a person needs water to live. Therefore, O believer, do not soil your iman with greed and having hopes in the makhluk. And do not put your reliance and trust on anyone other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if you have or you are granted honor with Allah, that honor will be perpetual. And if you seek honor with anyone else, then there will be no honor in that type of honor, because of the person who you are getting it from. A person entered upon some of the Arifin and he sees him crying. So he says, what troubles you and how come you are crying? He says, my Ustad has passed away. So then the saintly person said to him, why did you then make your Ustad one who death will overpower? So this is it. The honor comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we should seek it directly from Allah. We should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that izzat and that honor, because He is the owner of that honor and the giver, the bestower of that honor. Hazrat Tanvi had much iman and yaqeen in this year. He had much usul and rules, terms and conditions when it came to accepting of hadiyah. Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of making qadr of our deen. So this is that batini daulat which is achieved or sought for from the Buzrugan-e Deen. Now this is some great knowledge Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us affinity with this type of knowledge. Allah open our hearts and illuminate it with the nur and the recognition of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tomorrow we would also leave, and back at home also, I don't ever miss out these majlis, etc. People used to come to Allahabad, and then when they used to come there, they would go out shopping and going to look for this and that and the other in the marketplace. And Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Saheb used to remark that, listen, after Bombay, meaning you people come from Bombay, you've seen the bazaars and marketplaces, the shopping centers there. After Bombay, what else have you come here to Allahabad to look for? Meaning, you have come here to the Khanqa, now you should stay here. اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا وأصلح ذات بيننا واهدنا سبل السلام ونجنا من الظلمات إلى النور وجنبنا الفواحش ما ظهر منها وما بطن وبارك لنا في أسماعنا وأبصارنا وقلوبنا وأزواجنا وذرياتنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم بحرمة سيد النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.